Democrat U.S. nominee Graham Platner is now dropping out of the Senate race.
That's right. Platner made the announcement last night. It comes 3 days after he was accused of sexual assault. Our Katie Delaney joins us to break down everything that's been happening. Good morning, Katie.
Good morning, Sharon and Lee. In an 11-minute video posted to social media last night, Platner said he is suspending his campaign. He blamed the political establishment for the downfall of the campaign. He also said that recent allegations against him were timed to get him off the ballot. Here are a few key parts of Platner's announcement.
Hey everyone, it's Graham Platner here. I think as many of you know, over the past couple days, I have faced some very serious allegations, and I just want to make it clear, this is all false. The things that have been claimed did not happen. It's not real. The national level party, the bigger donor networks, they have all committed to spending no money in this race if I'm in it. They would rather see Susan Collins win than have me be the next senator from Maine. This is incredibly difficult because I know that some will think it's an admission of guilt, and it most certainly is not. We're not doing it because of the allegations, we're doing it because of the structures that are being taken away from us by those in power. And I also feel an immense amount of responsibility to everyone who has worked so hard to get us to where we are. I'm immensely proud of what we have built, and I have the utmost faith that we will continue to build, and we will continue to move towards a better future.
Platner's campaign had been on pause after an ex-girlfriend accused him of raping her 5 years ago. Platner, as you heard, has now denied that. Immediately following the release of her story, there was pressure on Platner to leave the race. The Maine Democratic Party, along with many people who endorsed him, called on him to withdraw. Candidates from Maine who had cross-endorsed Platner in the Democratic primaries also called on him to step aside.
I think we need to take a beat and remember that this is about Jenny Rassicott and these serious allegations of sexual assault. Survivors of sexual assault need to be heard and respected, and that is why Graham Platner must withdraw.
Secretary of State Shenna Bellows, who you just heard from there, says she is considering entering the race to replace Platner now that he's dropped out. Her fellow former gubernatorial candidate Nirav Shah is too. Also interested are David Costello, who finished third in the Senate primary, and Jordan Wood, who lost the CD2 Democratic primary for the U.S. House. Two candidates are officially running for the Senate nomination. Former Maine Senate President Troy Jackson is in after losing the Democratic primary for governor. Founder of Maine Beer Company Dan Kleben announced his bid yesterday. He dropped out of the Senate primary earlier this year. In our next half hour, we'll break down how the process of choosing a new candidate could work. Lee, back to you.
All right, Katie, thank you. And before Platner officially dropped out, many voters were calling for him to do so. Yesterday, News Center Maine asked voters in Portland what their current thoughts were on Platner, even if they had voted for him just about a month ago, where he easily won the Democratic primary for U.S. Senate. More than 70% of the vote went his way. Many voters we spoke with say those allegations against Platner are unforgivable, and some are criticizing him for allegedly trying to push forward his own chosen successor.
But he doesn't have the authority, and he has no credibility, and he needs to step aside and just bow out quietly.
I think it's just going to continue to snowball, and we're not going to hear the end of it. It's better that it's coming out to light now than having to deal with it if and when he was going to be elected to office.
And many of the voters that we spoke with also told us they don't actually know who they would prefer to replace Platner.